but we are going to be discussing this whole bond issue um, with employees of government and the people. There has been a huge swing and number of people who are attempting to teach people that they need to do bonds on the government actors. And I want to talk to you guys real quick because this is super important. I think that there has been a lack of information given. And I believe that this issue can cause many problems for the people of the nation. Everybody, please share this to all my Telegram groups. I'm going to share real quick because this is one of the most important issues in the nation right now. Simply because if people don't understand exactly what's going on with this situation, they can find themselves having a ton of problems. Big Jaw, what's up? I ain't seen you in a little bit. I want you guys to be very wise with what it is that you do. And if you guys notice when I teach, I'm very careful with what I tell you guys to do. Everything that I tell you guys to do, I also do. I've done, I've studied. I don't only study it and do it, but I make sure that I show you guys the law around it. I make sure that I show you why we're doing it, why we have a right to do it. And I don't just teach one of you how to do it. I teach all of you how to do it at the same time. What ends up happening is we end up getting a lot of remedy, and we end up getting a lot of people understanding the law at once, so that you're not just throwing things in, you're doing things that you know and understand exactly what you're doing. And when you are finished, the government is usually running because they realize you know something that you're not supposed to know. They understand that what you're showing them is written in places you can actually pick it up and show it to them. Many of you guys have gotten to the point where you've taken what I've shown you, and then you have schooled government officials and helped them to see that they cannot do what it is that they thought they could do. Now, you know, affidavits, when we do them, what we're doing is showing these people with notice by affidavit what it is that the law says. We have firsthand knowledge of that law because we have studied it. We have the ability to stand on it because we know exactly where it is in law. They don't have the ability to stand against it because we're showing them exactly where the things are located in the law. So we actually take our knowledge and understanding to a totally different level. Let me pray real quick and then we're going to finish up. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for your love and mercy and goodness. We thank you for all you do for us. We thank you for the people who are hearing this video today. Please allow this video to be shared, Father, for us to get business handled and make sure that people are standing the way that they should and that they are protected, Father, and they're acting with wisdom rather than just greed or with chasing around every shiny new thing, Father, or things that are not completely understood, so that we can have success, Father. And we thank you for all that you do and all that you have done for us. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay, guys. So pretty much when we do the things the way that we do, you know, a lot of times we get people who want to come in, and we've been having this issue lately. People think that they're going to take material that we have for webinars where people actually have a membership and a membership fee they pay in order to learn specific things from 3 to 5 hours on one day, one sitting, super strong, super hard. But these are also people who have had foundational teaching with us that understand and learn how to stand against bad government. So they have a different type of outlook on life, on law, on all these things. So what we understand is that you never go after anybody without giving them fair notice and teaching them what the law says. We have done arbitrations before. I do know how to do arbitrations or set them up and have them done. I do know how to use the Federal Arbitration Act to get things heard. The problem is when you are going to do things like that, what's up, Big Derek? When you are going to do things like that, you need to make sure that you make an atmosphere that's conducive for victory. A lot of people are having situations where they're trying to so-called have victory, but the atmosphere is not conducive for victory, meaning there's 2 of you in the whole world, 3 of you, 4 of you that know that the government is breaking the law. It's just like gangsters in the street. When a gangster in the street is making money, if you laugh at him one day, he might jump at you or threaten you. He might fight you. Most likely the normal gangster in the street will not kill you for laughing at him, right? If it's just something where it's in passing. But if you want to make the highest probability of being killed by a gangster, the first thing that you need to do, what's up, Smoke? The first thing you need to do is mess with his money, right? Any gangster in the street who is a drug dealer or killer, mess with his money and he'll quickly silence you or make an open show of you. Now, when it comes to the government actors, they're acting just like gang members. They are breaking the law. So what happens is you have a situation where these people are stealing kids, stealing cars, stealing houses, stealing your grandma, stealing your dog, all for money, okay? They're doing it for money. If you show people the law, they have a hard time justifying why they're attacking you, right? If everybody get together and just start reading the law, a lot of y'all, they have a hard time justifying just grabbing one of y'all and attacking y'all. But if you're the only person who knows that they're stealing money or that they're doing wrong and you start attacking their bonds where they can't work or they can't get the money they want, you have to realize they're going to look and they're going to say, how do we stop them? And then they're going to say they're interfering with our money. And then the gangster ones who are killers that work with them or the police they're going to send after you, they're going to say, look, this person is doing this or that. They're highly dangerous. They probably got military tanks. They're going to make up stories about you. They're going to go to the media. They're going to get the media to say things about you. And then what's going to happen is you're going to end up looking like somebody who's highly dangerous. The cops don't know. What's up, Iona? The cops don't know if you're really armed and dangerous when the government officials say you're armed and dangerous. I'll give you an example. A few years ago in Phoenix, there was a mentally ill woman, I believe it was, it was a woman. I think it was a mentally ill man. It could have been a woman, but the person was mentally ill. And the people who worked with the person inside of a care facility, right, mental home, was pissed at them. So they told the cops that they called in and gave a report, told the cops that this person was armed and dangerous. Now, the cops coming on the scene don't know who the freak they're dealing with. So they come on the scene and they're thinking that they're dealing with an armed and dangerous person. The person moved funny and they got shot, got killed. Now, after the fact, it was found out that the person was not armed and dangerous and that the person just made up the report because they were pissed. But what you have to understand is government officials seem to have the upper hand and as if they are legitimate when the police and nobody knows that they're working in a private partnership to steal kids, steal houses, steal dogs, steal your grandma, steal everything you got. When they don't know it's a private program, it's very easy to manipulate the cops. What's up, Big Shoop? To manipulate the cops. And Shoop could probably tell y'all about this story. Shoop, do you remember the story in Phoenix where the person was mentally ill? I think it was a woman and they were told that she was armed and dangerous. The police came thinking that it might be true. And she ended up getting shot in Phoenix, got killed, because the person in the psychiatric facility was pissed at them, or the care home, and said that the person was armed and dangerous when they called the cops. That person is in Phoenix, so they might be able to tell y'all if he remembers the story. But what y'all got to understand is, you got to understand that the government actors who are taking kids' houses and whatever are working in federal programs. Those federal programs are in the private, y'all. It is not public. They're not acting in their public capacity. I'm gonna prove it to you. Title 42, 674 payment to states, so shows you CPS. CPS people are making money just like they are with the COVID, COVID scam under Title 42. Now, what you got to understand is, people who are normally judges was giving out citations. My PMAs, we had access to this because they'll try to come to every business, and they got to some of my PMAs, and I had to bring that smoke to them. But they're like, oh yeah, we're giving you a administrative citation, not something you did wrong where they're attacking you with something that's going to go to a court that's judicial. An administrative citation based on COVID. Yeah, the lady had a hammer. That's what it was. Yep, that's it. That's it, Brian Shoot. So what we got to understand is, these people who are doing these private programs and getting paid for it, if there's no full disclosure that they're breaking the law, if they send cops after you and the cops think you're dangerous and they shoot you, they can get away because nobody knows the cops are cheating. The government officials are cheating and misusing the police. Now, on the other hand, what you got to see is, when you are working inside of these programs and making, billions and billions of dollars, they will also stop fathers and mothers from seeing their children over child support orders, because if there's equal visitation with both parents, then what ends up happening is they have to limit one to give them a big child support order. So there was an attorney who came on who said, listen, we can't give equal parenting time, because if we give equal parenting time, what's going to happen is, we cannot make these child support orders. The state's going to lose out on hundreds of millions of dollars. So what you got to understand, y'all, these people are making tons of money. So when you get out there and you start talking about your court case, and you wonder why they kill every case pretty much, look at the case Blessings versus Freestone. They told you child support is not a right of any mother or father. It was created to put money in the general fund. In the same way, when you're dealing with bonds, yes, government officials are supposed to have bonds in order to work. That's deep, Brian. Brian said we hate responding to those calls. That see, as an officer, you never know what the freak you're running into. You're going into something that most people run away from. And then you're going in there not knowing what's happening. Somebody's coming at you, or somebody's saying something, or somebody's upset. Tensions are usually up, and you don't know who it is that you're dealing with. This is why I tell people, talk to the government officials and the police when things are safe. Give notice when things are safe so they can know who you are. It's a better chance that if an officer knows you and knows your demeanor, knows how you act, they're going to be more likely to function with you differently. This is why we give notice in peaceful times. But when you come out, guys, and you go slap a bond on somebody, slap a claim or lien, on somebody's bond. First of all, you got to understand that there's a lot of actors who are doing government work now, or seemingly government work, that don't have bonds at all. They're not using bonds. They're acting in the private. They're making themselves part of private associations where they don't need insurance or bonding. And then they're coming at you, and they're not telling you that they're not bonded public servants, because nobody knows, and nobody's taking out the time to study to know who should be bonded and who shouldn't. Nobody's taking out the time to study the state constitution and know that you can't take somebody's kid, house, dog, grandma without the proper due process based on the common law, not an administrative due process. There is a difference. There's a administrative due process. If you look at all the Administrative Procedures Act, I showed people in our webinar this past weekend that They have what they call the Bill of Rights for Administrative Procedures Act. And then they have what's called the Bill of Rights for the Constitution, which means that when they're telling you to do all this administrative process, exhaust your administrative, not procedures, your remedies. What you got to understand is you're not supposed to be in an administrative hearing at all. You're supposed to do everything constitutionally. So, and judicially, if there's a problem. So the problem is when people try to tell you that you need to do these administrative process and all this stuff is garbage, y'all, because they're bypassing the Constitution. Now, we put that inside of, for real, their own Constitution is totally laughable. And see, it's funny, like Brandon has been in our webinars. He understands and knows exactly what I'm talking about. What you guys got to realize is, see, every time that we get to the point where we're having massive remedy in every movement, I used to have this problem in CPS world. When we started getting kids back, an attorney who was connected to Clinton, a fake news media guy, and a few other people got together with some other attorneys all across the nation to do videos and to pay people and to get people to say, don't do affidavits, they'll get you thrown in jail. But affidavits are what were used to get people arrested who did wrong all the time. Everybody makes a sworn statement if they can. If they see something wrong, that becomes an affidavit that goes into the case that allows the police to arrest you on site, right? If somebody will swear that you did something wrong and you can see that it really happened, the police can pick you up. If there's probable cause and there's somebody who will swear by oath or affirmation, done. Now, guys, it's cute to think you're going to get $1 million. It's cute to make you think you're going to get $1 billion, whatever. But the problem is if you are doing, what's up, Daniel? If you are doing these bonds, right? Here's one of the problems you're going to have. Biggest problems ever. How many of y'all knew about bonds before 2 weeks ago? How many of y'all knew about bonds well? Sorry, guys, I got a stupid fly flying around. How many of y'all knew about bonds well? How many of you guys ever dealt with people's bonds? How many of you guys ever attacked people's bonds? How many of you guys taught other people about other people's bonds? See, we got issues, guys, because what happens is people think they're going to get this windfall of money, or they're going to be the coolest one because they win a case in front of everybody, or they shut something down or do something. You guys can see we've shut down a lot of mandates. We've stopped a lot of businesses from acting stupid. We went after people attacking businesses. We moved into the private and was able to stand and knock down the DAs, all that stuff. But what happens is it takes a lot of study, a lot of understanding, a lot of time in order to make it happen that way. If you guys look back 2 or 3 years ago, I was teaching y'all the Bible and I was teaching y'all the law. And I started from scratch with the most basic things to make sure that you really understood what I was doing. And people used to say, why in the world is David doing these long Bible and law videos? This is not going to help anybody. It's so stupid. These were the people who just knew stuff about the law, or who read a whole bunch of cases from other people or quotes and post these quotes up that never really was what the case really said, right? But what happens is most people don't know and understand about the bonds. And the very few people that know make themselves a target when they talk about it, when there's not enough people understanding about it. Because what happens is you become the person taking the gangster's money. You do something with the bond. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Give me a second. I'm going to keep talking. But when you don't know what's happening, right? And you start telling other people, what can happen is you end up in a situation. Okay, I'm gonna see, I'm not gonna just play this game, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all know how this thing really works. I'm not playing a game, right? See, there's a lot of people who don't really teach you what's up. They just say, do this, do this, do this, do this, right? And it's not that what they're doing is against the law. It's that what they're doing is setting up a situation where they're getting people to jump at things that don't really know what the freak they're doing. And so the government officials who are acting in a dirty way can make others believe you're breaking the law and single you out. And they'll call you that favorite magic word they like to use, sovereign citizen, right? They'll call you a sovereign citizen, and they'll throw your anus up under the jail, and there'll be nobody there to help you. See, all of us who understand about the Constitution now can protect each other. If they throw one person in jail, we're all there. We know they're breaking the law. The problem is nobody has come out and taught y'all about bonds. Nobody has did a schooling on it. Nobody's done webinars on it. Nobody's done 5-hour videos on it, 3-hour videos. Nobody's taking you to the whole Constitution. The common law showed you why they need it. Nobody shows you in the statute how the bonds work. Nobody has gotten you on the phone with government officials and asked them to openly show us about the bonds. Nobody has gotten on the phone with the legislature and invited them on videos and asked them, show us about these bonds and how they work and what people can do. Please show us. Nobody has brought it to the light. So what happens is when you get your anus out there and you, I don't know who that is, Chris, whoever, Hoser, whoever that is. If somebody has not helped you to walk that way and build up a massive amount of people, not just 5, not just 10, not just 100, right? A lot of people, you leave your anus as a target. So I'm gonna stop talking about it for a second because I know since people just found this, they're gonna get a little worked up and, what about this person and that person? Well, let's see. Let me just show y'all some real truth. Because a lot of people play, and I don't play a lot. So we go check this out. So let's see. Okay, here we go. SPLC, Southern Poverty Law Center. Y'all let me know when y'all can see this screen. It's probably gonna be a 10-second delay, but I'm gonna show y'all this so y'all can get an understand of how life really works. You know, there's a lot of people who tell you they're out here to teach and all this stuff, but a lot of times they'll leave you hanging. Watch this. New Jersey sovereign citizen arrested for filing liens against officials. May 25th, 2018. Now, it doesn't matter if he really did it or not. You know, it matters if he did it or not, but what I'm trying to say is it doesn't matter if he was legitimate in doing it or not, if they can attack him without anybody knowing. Let's watch. A New Jersey sovereign citizen, see how they do, has been arrested for filing fraudulent liens. See, when not enough people around you know the law, they could just say that the lien you're placing on people is fraudulent. It doesn't have to even be true. They'll get news media actors to freaking just write up stuff as if you broke the law and tear your anus up by yourself. Watch this. The first time an individual has been charged under a state statute enacted in May 2015, which makes the filing of such liens a criminal offense of the second degree. The New Jersey Office of Homeland Security and Preparedness announced earlier that Courtney G. Alexander, 39 of Irvington, New Jersey, was arrested on Wednesday by NJOHSP detectives. Alexander has been indicted on state charges of 2 counts of second-degree fraudulent filings and 1 count of third-degree retaliation against a witness and is being held in Essex County Jail pending detention hearing. Alexander was issued a traffic ticket by 2 Irvington police officers in July 2015, subsequently appeared before a prosecutor and judge, municipal court in Irvington. After, this is how they always do it, say that you weren't happy about the judgment. After an unfavorable judgment against Alexander, he filed property liens in retaliation against both officers, the prosecutor, the judge, totaling $1.5 million in April 2016. Now, let me help y'all understand something. So when you deal with common law, we know that you had a grand jury of 25 people who, when the government stole your stuff, you could actually go after them. And if they didn't take care of your business within so many days, you and the whole community could go and take their literal property. Now, this guy is trying to do something against their property, and now they're arresting him. Sovereign citizens are defined by the FBI as anti-government extremists who believe that even though they physically reside in the country, they are separate or sovereign from the United States. Now, guys, what's silly is we know by the state constitutions that all people are guaranteed certain things, like a trial by jury, if you're going to take something from them. But the problem is right here, it says Alexander was issued tickets by 2 Irvington police officers and appeared before a prosecutor and a judge in a municipal court in Irvington. I'm pretty much sure that that municipal court, right? That municipal court in Irvington is not a court of record. It is not a court that gives a trial by jury over your freaking tickets. It is a commerce court made by the federal legislature, right? So what happens, guys, here's another one. ADL, the lawless one. Following a routine traffic, sovereign citizen, let's see, shootouts, okay. Self-declared constitutionalist, there was one I just saw. Notice they're calling everybody sovereign citizens. See, guys, you got to understand that these people they want to connect everybody as what's called a sovereign citizen. Here it is. Hernando County judge enjoined a Brooksville sovereign citizen, Edward Negron, from filing bogus liens. Negron had allegedly filed $322 billion of bogus liens against various officials. Guys, let me help you understand something. So the difference between what we do and what a lot of these people do is they're not teaching you the state constitution. So any one of these people can say that you are breaking the law. Each one of these people can say that you are filing a lien that's bogus. You could be filing a lien that's legit, but nobody will ever know if nobody stops and teaches liens. So you get these people who are not reasonable and prudent. They're like, I want $372 gazillion dollars. I just told y'all the other day that a lot of these people will have you trying to go after crazy amounts of money because they're, number one, greedy. Their car is worth $700 plus with tax, $700, right? Their car is worth $700. The cops take it. They want to sue for $752 billion. They're not reasonable and prudent. So you got a lot of people who can't even understand, dude, your junk ain't worth that much. Let's stop playing, right? If you said $2,000, okay, I'll understand. Or $2,000 and $10,000 for your time. But people will sue for an amount of money that you cannot freaking sue for. And then people are getting arrested in freaking New Jersey, in the areas where people are telling people they're doing this. We're going to get their bonds. No, first teach about bonds. Cause the issue to come out openly. Make the legislature talk about bonds. Make your local politicians talk about bonds. Make sure everybody has bonds. Teach everybody about bonds. Then when everybody knows about bonds, you can go out and you can start setting up to hold people accountable for what they've done wrong. But if you got people who are all over the country and you talk about bonds and they all go crazy and just say bonds, 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 we're going to do the bonds. This is the way. Did anybody tell y'all how many people they arrested for this job? Right? Because nobody knows how the law really works. This is why I've taken all these years to teach y'all affidavits, teach y'all why affidavits work, teach y'all our duty to give notice, teach the government officials their duties to give notice. If you notice, they are breaking down. The government officials are literally breaking down. Breaking down. They're breaking down because people are finding out the truth about how the government works and standing on it. We got all these people out here talking about remedy that they never tried or that they never seen anybody be successful with at all. They never taught anybody a dang thing. They don't care about you enough to break it down to third grader for you. If you're going to teach something, have these long freaking videos. Chris Hauser is teaching about using 1099A to purchase vehicles and use for other expenses. Y'all gonna have to teach a whole lot of people, because I'm gonna tell you what happened. Go look at Eon. Eon just talked the other day about how people started doing it with the vehicles. And then the next thing you know, after they start getting greedy and getting too many, the cops come knocking on their door. The cops come knocking on their door, or the feds. So, a lot of time, look, I'm gonna just let y'all know how the Bible really says it. Now, you might be able to do these things with these 1099As, whatever. I don't study that stuff a lot. I'm gonna tell you why. The Bible tells us if you don't work, you don't eat, period, right? So I understand there's certain things that people need. I'm not getting on everybody, but some people are just freaking greedy and want to get something for nothing. They don't want to learn and understand how to produce wealth. They want to just have everything for free, everything. So they'll have 100 houses for free, right? Guys, that ain't how life works. God tells you if you don't work, you don't eat. So why not just use your wisdom to produce wealth to get whatever you want, right? You can go as far as you freaking want. You can have businesses. I've acquired properties with no money, no credit, no nothing. Acquire a house with 30, 40, 50, $60,000 in freaking equity, right? Making $400 or $500 a month cash flow. I've done that a lot of times, right? And nobody will ever know I own them. But the problem is you got people who will try to go, they'll just go move into somebody's house. And they'll say, yeah, they'll give you a warning. Yeah. So you heard that the other day, Love Optimistic on Eon, because Eon told that story specifically about the person who said, stop getting 5 cars a year. And you'll know, or one a month. You'll also notice that Eon talked about the woman who disappeared. Nobody knows where she is. You'll also see where Eon talked about how the government officials supposedly said you can stop getting so many, man, like you're overdoing it, because the guy was getting cars and then selling them to other people to make a profit. So the thing is, the guy knows how to get cars for free, he's saying, but then he's selling them to other people for a profit. So it's like, dude, okay, this one thing that kills me in the so-called law world. You got all these people who say it's wrong to get money from anybody or anything. What about the Bible says be useful and have something to offer? What about it? Right? The Bible tells you a man, your gift will bring you before kings and not mean man. So what happens is everybody wants to get a whole bunch of stuff. Then everybody, not everybody, men in the law world, like, you got a membership for $50. You got a membership for $100. I'm offering something that if somebody wants it, they can have it. If they don't want it, they don't have it. It's not that big of a deal. But then they'll go around and say everything should be free. And then they'll go and they'll get 100 cars for free, right? Now you got to ask the question, if you get 100 cars for free, who's going to pay the guy who's building the cars? The guy in the dealership who's building the cars, who's going to pay him? The guy who's selling the cars, who's going to pay him? Now, some people are going to say, well, I'm going to get it this way, and then I'm going to cancel it. Like some of my more people, y'all know what's up. Like, I'm very careful with how I deal with people, because some people say this, I wanted to come work with you, but you didn't give me full disclosure, so I'm going to try to revoke what I did with you. What about you not going to get it? What about I don't give a freak if I work with you ever? I don't give a freak, right? Y'all got to understand that there's a lot of people out here scamming for a living that want to get whatever they can get from somebody, but don't want to produce anything. Don't want to produce anything. And I just cannot get down with that. Like, everybody has something off. I had an argument with a guy yesterday who I kicked out of my groups, but he said, oh, I'm going to take all your webinars and give them to everybody. I'm like, you already did. And then I'm like, I'm going to lock down every video and nobody will have it. So you play if you freaking want to. Like, I'm not going to play a game, right? And so the thing is that not only did he say that, but this is a person who got the ability to work, who will not work, who will ask everybody for money. Hey, can you send me some money? It's like the guy Michael who was hating on me the other day. He's saying nobody should get any money from anything that deals with law. Then he tried to lie and say I was getting money from parents. Then he went and he started asking. He asked the other day, "Can I have $5 off a Cash App? Can I have $5? Can somebody send me $5 so I get an early bus ticket?" Or he's like sending his PayPal out. Can somebody send me some money? And I'm like, listen, dude, it's okay to help people who are in need, but why the heck do we have so many people just trying to live without doing anything to produce? Like, God is giving you skills. He's given me knowledge and understanding and wisdom in real estate and other businesses. I can cut grass. I had a grass cutting business when I was a little boy. I used to take the trash out for a lady for $5 a week as a little boy in elementary school. So it's a sad thing that people are trying to, in this law world, it's crazy. They'll say, don't get anything from anybody, but at the same time, will accept everybody giving them stuff. And then they'll say, freely give, freely receive. Okay, well, if that's the truth, then why did God say work? Right? And another thing, but the thing is, more is not even like a lawful status. Like, more is actually a group of people who are copper tone people by definition. If you look at the book Othello, you'll see they call people Moor. Like, Moor is copper tone people with skin like mine, and there's other cultures that have copper tone people that are not like Native American people that they call Black, right? But the thing is that that is, a status when it comes to like where you're from, right? But the problem is that they will call more sovereign citizens because there are some Moors that are good people who understand the law, who really stand on the law. And then there are some Moors that really don't give a freak and try to get over, right? Jonah Bey talks about it all the time because Jonah Bey goes through studies where he's teaching people the law. I mean, he's had massive remedy, breaking it down every single week. He's talking and teaching people, answering questions. But then there's some Moors who hate Jonah because Jonah is the best. Jonah is diligent. And what happens is when he shows that diligence, some people hate on him because he builds wealth, but he has everything to offer. He knows the law like crazy, like nobody else. So you get a group of greedy people who want to have the status without the knowledge. They want the status without the knowledge. See, this is where you get people say, bonds, this is the quickest and easiest way. And they'll try to take you, right? They'll try to take you into different places and try to get you to do things that they haven't really studied because it seems cool. And then you get other people who will actually teach you the law day in and day out, break stuff off to you, knowledge, impart so much stuff they don't even have to, right? So Tertia Oculus, I believe Brandon talked to you already. You might want to get with him or on Telegram so that we could talk. And that's the thing, Jonah teaches history. So what you got to understand is there's some people who put in a heavy amount of work. And I actually have invested in Jonah Bey's work. The dude is a beast. He's brilliant, and you got to understand, I will work my butt off to make money to give to somebody who has wisdom. I'm building an LA motor now. Bey, I built an LA motor now. I'm building an LA motor. And I've never built a 360 version of an LA motor. I'm doing my first one. I just put my pistons and rods and bearings. I gap the rings for boost the other day. And what I did is I turned everything around and I'm working on this new motor that I've never touched one of these before. I've done a 318 small block, but something told me, when I was done with 318, buy this rebuild book. Now, I didn't know I was going to have to do a rebuild because I thought my motor was good. the first one. So I got the rebuild book. Now the rebuild book teaches how to do a 360. So I spent $30 for this book. I was going through the process of getting the engine put back together. I said, oh, shucks, what's my torque specs on the rod bearings? So then I started doing the work to tighten up the rod bearings correctly. It taught me the order to do it. The rod caps, got it done, right? So now I'm dealing with roller lifters, which I've never worked with before. It's in the book. Little techniques to make things work easier in the book. So now I've invested in a book to learn how to build a motor, where some people would just call somebody and say, listen, you should just tell me exactly how to do this, and you should just give it to me, because everybody should give back. And it gets crazy sometimes, guys, because people are not gaining knowledge and understanding. They don't understand the value of knowledge and understanding. They will not work to produce, and they will not give anybody anything to help themselves in order to get themselves help. It should be a balance, guys. Everybody should support each other if you're going to do that or not. But I was able to get that engine going. I want to make the engine faster. So now I'm looking for a book that tells me how to increase the performance. Why am I telling y'all this? I'm telling y'all this because I spend money on knowledge and wisdom. My dad also gave me a book dealing with cures. It deals with hydrogen peroxide therapy. I've been doing that. I feel so freaking good. It's unreal. I'm getting stronger, bigger. Like my body is healing all over. Like it's unreal. I spent money on the book. I didn't try to find a way to get around paying for it. Right. So there's so many different things that you could deal with in life. If you're going to be wise, work, make something of yourself. There's people right now who are struggling to get camshafts for cars because the metal is bad. You could become a blacksmith. You could become a metal worker. You could become an iron worker. You could go take over the building Beam Steel used to have probably in Michigan and freaking open up a steel factory and actually produce steel out of America. We got people who are waiting for microchips for their vehicles. In this amount of time, you could have got with somebody smart, been an apprentice, and start learning how to make microchips to function in cars, right? In things that are stuck, off the coast, or, whatever this thing is where they're stopping people from importing things off the coast. You could be producing these things. But the problem is when you want to get over 0.904, I believe the lifter size is, the diameter. But when you are trying to get these things done, guys, oh no, it's not 0.994. When you are trying to get all these things done in your life, don't be afraid to work. Don't be afraid to pay for wisdom. It is stupid. It is stupid to not stand and fight for what is right. It is stupid to not stand and fill yourself with knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge will put riches in one hand and honor in the other hand. When you have knowledge and understanding and wisdom, you're going to be able to impart knowledge to people who need help at high levels. You're also going to be able to build wealth for yourself, for your children, and for your children's children. This is what the Bible talks about. So I want y'all to realize, when it comes to this bond job, be super careful. These people ain't telling y'all what happened to other people in recent history. They're not teaching you the law. They're not helping you to understand things. They're not giving you any knowledge that you can use in order to protect yourself. They're just saying, go do this. And it is utterly stupid. And what I must help you understand is there are lots of agents in these law groups that join us and try to interfere with the remedy that we get. So when people tell you, go out and do bonds, go out and do bonds, go out and do bonds, and the bonds ain't been winning and ain't nothing been happening and nobody has been teaching it, you better understand and realize that these people will purposely infiltrate your movements and get you to do something dumb. Notice how the FBI was helping during January 6th and got all this footage of people because they were working with the people. But now they're letting the people rot in jail, and the dang FBI agent from Arizona that nobody wants to talk about, Mr. Epps, This dude was telling people to go into the buildings, and nobody is holding this guy accountable. The FBI led trying to snatch up and kidnap Gretchen Wilmer, and they threw people under the bus. They're running around in the midst of your circles, trying to get you to do dumb stuff so that they could just get you arrested easily. Why not? Let's study, guys. Let's work and blow backs how to bring that fire. Guys, this weekend, Josh Barnett and I are doing a webinar. We're going to be teaching you guys how to deal with the businesses that are breaking the law. We are going to teach you how to learn, teach you how to study, teach you how to stand, teach you why you have the lawful right to do what you need to do, teach you why the people have the lawful right to deal with government and correct and regulate them. And then we're going to give notice out to these businesses who have been attacking people all over the country. They're trying to shut down our commerce. They're trying to mess things up. It's about time that we give the government and the businesses notices that they cannot play this game. We know they're part of private programs where they're making money together, so we can shut it down and end it. Now, you guys have seen that we did this with the UAW, had massive success. The big three had massive success. The OSHA mandate, we put stuff in the OSHA mandate notice that actually we served the Supreme Court, Congress, and businesses, and we've had results, and they dropped the stupid jump. We did it with the federal mandate, which y'all just saw in Texas the other day, was one of our people, one of our students teaching another person how to do an affidavit, which they dropped in the case, which the judge in the case referred to the affidavits. So this is real work that we're doing that you guys can witness and see. How many times are you going to make up webinars and do notices and affidavits for a subject? Y'all see it collapse right after we do the notices. And people say, maybe that's a coincidence. Maybe they don't know. Maybe I don't know about a war talk last night. Love optimistic. I don't watch a lot of news. I don't pay a lot of attention to a lot of the stuff that people say. A lot of people are worried about a lot of stuff. I don't get worried or moved or shaken like that. Everybody should read Psalm 112. You are not to be shaken or moved by evil tidings, bad news. You need to have trust in God and understand that He is all powerful. He has given us knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that's untouchable. There is no place in the world that you can find this mixture of wisdom that God has given us for a time such as this. We know it's Him. I don't run back and forth worried about what people say about anything, you know? Yeah, see, somebody said the judge quoting the affidavit was beautiful. Yeah, and that's the thing, it's happened in many different cases now. So if y'all really want to see that smoke, we're going to drop it this Saturday and talk about the agencies. We're also going to talk about these federal so-called mandates and what OSHA is trying to do on their return. What you will understand is we put something in that notice that the judge said also in that case that effectively ends all agencies, all their so-called authority. The whole trick, that junk is gone. That's right. You got to have laser focus. Like, I don't pay attention to people's bull. If you want to come fight me and argue with me, I might give you 5 minutes to say what the freak you got to say. Then I'm going to smash you and just throw you away. Like, I'm not tripping like that. And the closer you get, people like, David, there's some people who we thought were close to you that you removed from the group, because I don't give a freak. When it comes to winning, nobody will get in the way. And anybody who's real, who understands winning, they know that you don't interfere with the champion who's trying to win a championship. You don't get in the middle. You don't freaking try to play a game. You don't try to make gossip. You don't try to bring some dumb junk in the middle of our groups. We're not playing. We're winning too freaking much to be playing with people who act like clowns. And definitely, if you're not offering anything to the group and you're just somebody who's there getting information to give to your friends, you know, then no, we're not going to play that job. We are not going to, we're not going to play this bull crap. It's just not going to happen, you know? So we've been winning all over. Nobody can deny the wins we've had. Nobody can argue with the law that we put out. People play a lot of games, but I don't focus on anything stupid. When somebody tries to come to me and they say, Dave, can you read over this for me? It's about somebody else's method. No, I'm not reading somebody else's junk. I don't give a freak. I'm focused on what we're doing. Don't bring me somebody else's junk. Don't ask me to watch a video about some freaking quantum grammar when Negroes don't know regular grammar. All right. if you're not nationwide teaching everybody grammar so they can all learn that everything is wrong, don't talk to me about it. I don't want to hear it, right? I don't want to hear about war maritime flag. I don't want to hear about gold fringes. I don't want to hear about anything except for the Constitution, the trust indenture. What do we give them authority to do and what didn't we? I don't want to hear nothing else, right? Don't want to hear about bonds. I don't want to hear about a fourth, fifth, sixth branch of government. I don't want to hear none of that garbage. I want to do what has been winning and freaking keep doing it and freaking end the whole freaking thing. That's what I want to do, you know? But this is how we get victory, y'all. We have to be focused and we have to force ourselves not to get caught up in stuff that we're not trying to do, right? If things are working quickly by showing the law, we continue to do that. But, you know, you can't play a game and continue to chase things just because people say it's something new and cool. You got to go to their history. Like a lot of people come on my page, they'll say, hey, we got to do this. And I'm like, wait, hold on. You know what, dog? Go look at that person's page and see how many videos they've done teaching that stuff. And a lot of times you're going to see they have 0 videos and a big old long freaking playlist, right? That's right. Useless distractions. They're going to want to teach you stuff, but they're not teaching anybody else. You know, there's some people who like use my page for a platform. They don't teach anybody, right? They didn't put in the work to build a big group of people who they could teach the law. So then they come to my page and they say, Dave, you don't teach your people right. And I'm like, okay, so where's your history of teaching your people right? Well, that's not the issue. We're not talking about me. Well, who the freak gave you, did I give you authority to judge what I do? Like, I don't care if you like what I do or not. We're winning, right? So y'all got to see that that's what people do. That's right, Derek. That's what people do. They'll come try to play, but they have no history of teaching. Like I said, I talked about Jonah. Go to Jonah's page, any one of them, and just look and see if he got history of teaching consistently. That's all you got to do, right? You go to some of these other people's page and just look at how many people they say they have victories. The list is going to go from law teachers like this to like that, right? There's only a few that are really doing this and teaching the truth, that care enough about you to make sure you don't do stuff stupid, right? So a lot of people can say stuff, y'all. A lot of people can try to get you caught up in what they think you should do. Oh, I want to let y'all know, guys, this should be a super huge webinar this week. We're probably, I know that we're getting ready to start expanding quickly because some of the very big, powerful business people and big name people in the country are saying they want to do the affidavits, they want to do the classes, they want to do the webinars. So we're probably going to end up having a lot of people flooding into our webinars, and then we're going to limit them at 300 probably from now on, like 300 in the Bible Gideon. We're going to try to limit the number because we're going to get flooded. So just know in the future, we're not going to be allowing people to share a lot of our stuff because people have been stealing them. Like one of our last webinars had 161 views when 50 something people were in there, 60 something. It's a little shady, but we're going to deal with that. We're going to make sure people can share, but we're going to try to limit the groups to 300. I have the potential of doing 500, but it fills up the screen so much that it gets crazy and everybody won't be able to answer questions. So we're going to try to limit the webinars to 300. And we got a lot of people coming. So you guys might want to start getting in early. Just telling y'all, you don't have to if you don't want to. If you don't want to come, don't come. No big deal. But you might want to start getting in early because at 300, we're going to start shutting it off. So nobody else can register. We might have an actual membership page where people can register. It's going to be 10 a.m. on this Saturday. But we're going to start shutting it off at 300. And we're going to turn up marketing, but I think the one business page has like 1,000 people. Another business page has 10,000 people. So they're coming and asking us to do some special things now. And they're some of the ones that's getting attacked worse than other places. So if you want to get in, you can. If you don't want to, no big deal. If you don't have $50 for the membership, please don't come and say, David, I would like to go see your membership, but it costs $50 and I think everybody should give stuff away for free. Well, I do free videos all the time, like the one today. Just use those. I don't need to comment about why people shouldn't do whatever. If you don't want coffee, don't go to the coffee store and buy coffee. I don't go make a freaking post on the coffee's website, coffee shop, and say, you guys freely receive knowledge on how to make the best coffee. You should give away the best coffee. We got to learn to stop being greedy. We got to learn to stop being people who don't understand knowledge and wisdom. If you understand knowledge and wisdom and you want it, it's okay to pay for a private webinar that is full of information, 3 to 5 hours with tons of freaking education. Oh yeah, we're going to help the truckers too. We're going to, this Saturday, we're going to come out with a notice for all the truckers that they're trying to limit their business. And we're going to go after Congress too. So we're going to deal with all the businesses that are doing wrong, but we're also going to deal with the trucker situation. It's going to be heavy, y'all. It's going to be big. And for the businesses, for all of you who are trying to sue, it's going to be crazy because we're going to make sure that we give them liability so that if they trample your rights again, you will have notices and affidavits that could be used later on in the court case that are already legitimately proven because they're not going to be able to respond to them. So we're going to make a record of all these people who are in businesses who think that they can punish the people. And they think they could tell you you can't shop there and they're going to do all this stuff. And for the first time, they got some power over customers because they're getting money from the government, from our money, and they want to force you to do stuff or attack you aggressively. We ain't doing it. I need all you guys to tell all the truckers that we're going to be setting up to protect them this week in the webinar. So if they want information on how to protect themselves, how not to get forced mandates, come on the freaking show. If y'all want to deal with the other situation with vaccine passports, let me know, because I've been planning on going after those. Those are not super big situations. So I think that I can add those in with this webinar because it kind of deals with what's happening with the stores and stuff. Vaccine passports. So if y'all want to get the passports, if y'all want to get the businesses that are doing mandates to customers, and the trucker situation, we can hit all that in the same webinar and light some freaking fire. It's gonna be lit, right? Yes, COVID is a freaking global scam. It's gonna be freaking lit. We're gonna circle back on OSHA. I notice y'all, OSHA killed their own case though. They withdrew their own junk. So you got to understand, y'all, that OSHA thought they had a reason to do something, got hit with that freaking law. Now they're trying to circle back to another way. We'll go ahead and cut them off at the pass. They're turning us into cowboys. Like, yeah, we go mosey on down the street and cut them off at the pass. I want to do administrative ones. Yeah, the administrative one, we did an administrative webinar last week. The administrative state, it was lit. We dropped some freaking big time smoking fire. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for coming on today. We are going to light it the freak up. Everybody share this video. Tell everybody, guys, we can shut this down, when it comes to what's going on in the nation. If each person gets 5 people to 10 people, get people in your friends list and start educating them, tell them to come on along, let them learn so we can bring that fire and smoke. It's going to get good. But you got to start telling people. You cannot just leave information out there for people to try to figure out what's going to happen in life. You tell people what's going on and let them know what we're doing so we can multiply. Can't put a price on knowledge and wisdom. That's right. I'm telling you, like, I've learned how to do so much. If I can learn how to build my whole engines, like, I'll do a lot of it. The machine work or whatever, I don't have a place big enough to do it on the farm, but maybe I'll do it. Is it just that simple to form a PMA? No, it's not just that simple. A lot of people, like, I'll give you a perfect example, New Jersey. I've created a lot of successful, and if you need one, Dan, get with me. I'll help you set one up. My private entity does too. But here's the issue. There's a woman in New Jersey, two ladies, one named Angela, one named something else, who they came and talked to me because they were doing the same thing. They were trying to figure out how to gain the knowledge I had in order to create PMAs without me and create their own business, I guess. So they came to me and they started talking to me, acting like they wanted to get PMAs. And I started teaching them why you could have a PMA. And they were like, oh, okay, yeah. And they thought, I could see that they were trying to be slick and trying to gain the information without getting a PMA. So I let them keep talking and I, give them some information and I help them understand why it's lawful, blah, 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 blah. And then I realized these people are some clowns, right? So they go off and they started trying to make PMAs for people. Now, I've shown you guys where I've had multiple New Jersey PMAs that have been very successful. They're wide open. The police and the county don't mess with them. One or two of them had some attacks. And I went after the DA. Josh Barnett is witness to this. The people are witness to this. We took one to arbitration. The DA's case disappeared. Right? And it got pretty good. So all of our entities are open. But the woman named Angela and the other woman who opened PMAs for people, and they weren't even PMAs because they don't know how to do them. They put the documents wrong, made everything wrong. And what happened was they got challenged. And now they actually turn entities into government entities without knowing because they thought they were stealing all the information from me. Didn't have the whole backside of the information on how to do these things and how to make sure they're right for each type of entity, how to make sure they can do the things they need to do, what to put in, what not to put in. And what ends up happening is they all got in trouble pretty much. And she told them to go hire an attorney after paying her. Now with me, when people get a PMA with me, you get a year of teaching so that if somebody picks with you, you cover the time it takes for me to help you write a document, which is cheap. And then we go after them. Police, county worker, OSHA, whatever, we go at their head, right? So yes, you can have a PMA if you own a farm. If you have an LLC, to be stupid for such a time. If you get with me at Dave Cares for You on Telegram, I can set you up. We can get you signed up today. But the thing that happened was she set their entities up wrong. Then she told them to go get an attorney to try to fix it, which the attorneys are working to keep the COVID program going. So they're never going to tell you how to do it. They're not going to help you. They're not going to help you win cases. As a matter of fact, in California, we had a case where they tried to go after one of the PMAs. And his dad was an attorney, and he had another attorney that worked with him who was the number one attorney, one of the number one attorneys in California for business law. We got on the call together. He tried to clown me. Please help me, us. Dan, send me a message on Telegram at Dave Cares for You real quick, and we can hook it up. And I'll talk to you about the people who will be members, not clients. But what happens is, people try to play funny. It's crazy. This so-called number one attorney for business in freaking Cali, I got on the phone with him. He tried to call. He said, first of all, are you an attorney? I said, heck no, because I wouldn't be telling the truth if I was. And then he's like, well, I just need to know where in law you believe a private association can do this. I'm like, here's some Supreme Court cases. I'm like, have you read these? Well, I just can't believe that the courts will let this. I said, yeah. And the attorneys who went against the PMA also didn't believe that this would happen. But here's the case. Now, can you explain to me what happened in the case? Well, I didn't actually read okay, so you're the number one business attorney here, one of the number one, and you don't freaking know? And you got attorneys who are attacking PMAs who don't know what the freak they are, don't know what they're talking about, who haven't studied this in school? Oh, okay. All right, so the case says this. Well, I'm just saying this, the governor can do whatever they want to. Really? Where does it say that? Well, I'm just saying the statute. Okay, so which one is the highest, the Constitution or the statute? The Constitution. Okay, thank you. So the Constitution tells you that the government has limitations and the people have all the rights, right? Yeah, but the Constitution is just a piece of paper. Are you dumb? Did you just literally say that to me? You you said you said the governor can do whatever he wants to because of the statute, but the statute is less than the Constitution. Then when I ask you about the Constitution, you say the Constitution is just a piece of paper? Bruh, stop that junk, right? So I ended up schooling him at the end of the conversation. He said, well, listen, can you give me cases and give me information for why you can do what you could do? And I'll incorporate it into my brief. So you want me to write your brief for you, clown? Is that what you're saying? No. So you can say, so you can get the credit for it as an attorney? Nah, I'll pass. Right? I already gave the guy an affidavit already that will get the case dropped. I'm not worried about what you're talking about. Give it 30 days, the case gonna fall apart. So the guy was like, man, I'm gonna have to go to the Supreme Court, my attorney said, and I'm gonna have to, I said, dude, why are you listening to this dumb dude? He don't even know the law. So then he calls me about a month later. He's like, Dave, I just want to let you know that they dropped everything. The whole case is dead. I said, yeah, I told you that's what they were going to do. Right? They don't want you to show that the case was dropped because you said so. So they wait a little bit and say, we don't want to go to prison messing around with these clowns. We're going to go ahead and get these PCAPs. Right? So I'm letting y'all know this is how real life works. Rosora Calazo, please message me on Telegram at Dave Cares for You, ma'am. So the thing is, guys, I've had these battles with attorneys already. Y'all know that I clearly understand exactly where attorneys gonna go before they go there. I laugh at them and tell them where they're going and then watch them go there and then destroy them by God, right? When they go there and just laugh and y'all sitting back cracking up. Noah like, uh-oh, he's trapping him. Uh-oh. Does he not see this coming a mile away? Some of y'all see the smokestack coming from the train a mile away. Y'all like, oh, this is about to get dirty, and they don't even know what I'm doing. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for coming on. I just wanted to talk a little bit about this whole bond issue and how people are trying to throw y'all into some dumb junk. Just realize, guys, there's whole law centers of attorneys across the nation who specialize in calling you sovereign citizens, making videos about people who are trying to do stuff with the law, teaching you bad stuff on purpose. So when you say it, they clown you. Stop saying these people's dumb stuff, y'all. Just read it for real. It takes a few minutes or an hour to slow down and read a case for real. Don't just take people's word for it. Just stop and read it. Discipline yourself. Make yourself not take the easy way out. Now, guys, one of the best webinars that ever came out is about to happen this Saturday. We're going to drop that freaking smoke. I just wrote down what we're going to discuss. We're going to deal with the vaccine passports, business mandates, the trucker situation. We're going to lay down that freaking smoke if the Lord wills. It's going to get ugly but pretty. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be crazy. And for some of you who've been watching, we've been dropping some major smoke when it comes to our webinars, and we've been having a lot of victory. So, oh my gosh. Hey, Justin Vega, I love to make cash to give to broke people who are really struggling, not people who fake like they're broke. So, please go live and expose my conversation. Maybe you can make your first YouTube video. But before you do that, start working, Justin Vega, because you're an able-bodied man who can work, and you are the epitome of what I'm talking about. You want to give out all my webinars for free, as you threatened to do yesterday. I'm not that soft, bro. I'm not that soft. And your other thread about seeing me, you can see me in the street, bro. I guarantee you won't be happy about it. But let me help you understand. So, Justin, first of all, you don't work. The Bible tells you if you don't work, you don't eat. Now, you're coming in perfectly right on time because I was talking about people like you. You've gotten my information for free. I've sent you money. I've given you money. So if you want to complain, young man, about money and issues, and I can show PCAPs where I've sent you hundreds of dollars. I can show PCAPs where I paid for stuff for you even back years ago. And you've always come and demanded stuff. You've never given me one penny, one thing, nothing. You offer nothing to me, Mr. Justin. Justin, if you want to talk and you want to spread some information, let's first spread the information about where you live and who supports you. Let's start with that. because there's no woman that supports me, my friend. Okay. So if you want to come on here talking stupid and talking junk, I gave you mercy by just kicking you out the groups. I gave you a free $500 business. You haven't done any of it. You offer nothing to anybody. And then you threaten to give away my videos for free, as you already have been doing on your page, where you have my webinar stuff on your page and asking for donations when I never gave you permission to do that. So if you want to come on Justin/Randy Christian, if you can afford to come on my show when I'm doing videos with a different name, and you can afford to not work a job or do any business, and you want to say, I love money. If I love money, why have I given you so much? It's because I felt sorry for you and you said you were a brother in the church who needed help. I gave you money, made sure you had what you need for your life. And then you try to go behind my back and give away my stuff or ask for donations while you talk about why you got pictures of my webinars. Then yesterday you threatened to give my webinars away for free. Come on, bro. You're not poor. You're freaking an able-bodied man who's young, who can take care of business, but you make a lot of excuses like your girlfriend won't let you use her phone, but y'all engaged. Come on, bro. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, because I will really go there. Your girlfriend, your fiance won't let you use your phone. She's aggressive. Bring her live with you. If you want to talk that stupid stuff and you want to go live, I'll go live, but you bring her live with you. And let's ask her if you're a freaking grown man, not handling business, not paying for everything. And then we could talk, right? I don't play with boys. I teach boys. So when you come at me talking stupid, come on my page talking about how I love money after you get money from me, we gonna have a problem. And like I said, you've never gave a single penny to me, ever, ever. If there was ever anything I needed, you would not be there. You would be the last person I called. So come on, bro. let's be real, Justin Vega. Now, as you say, you can sneak in my groups. I think everybody's going to laugh at you, though, because you're a grown man who does not work, does not provide. You got a kid, and you ain't trying to take care of your kid. You tried to make a little hit on me yesterday. Dave, that's why you ain't got your kids. God gonna bring you down to nothing. Oh, I don't have my kids because God needed me to do a work. But you can laugh at it if you want to. You're a grown man who got your kid with you, and you want to be a stay-at-home dad. So come on, bro. Let's stop. You've been getting all this money from me. You've been getting blessings from me, bro. Let's stop playing. Let's stop playing, bro. You really don't want that smoke. You need to go check your freaking emotions and your ego, bro. Because sorry, man, like I really don't know of a lot of stay-at-home dads. I can't buy that junk, dude. I'm just not soft like that. So, and as you said, if you see me in the street, okay. I'm definitely not nervous. I might be going to San Diego soon too. So since you say that, I might be going to San Diego. I'll say it openly when I go to San Diego, so we can see what you're really talking about, for real. So anyway, y'all. But that's the thing. As I told y'all guys, there's people who want to get stuff for free. People who will not work to eat. People who will not try. Right. People who got a lot of talent, ability, and skills, but won't do anything. Like this man, he freaking did an audio book for Kathy and them. And sad he didn't do his own audio book, but he'll do somebody else's audio book for $80 or less than $300, whatever they paid him, for somebody else's product. You know, that's funny as heck, dude. Like, so I don't know, bro. When you start paying for toilet paper for the whole house and you start taking care of everybody in the house, then you come holler at me, and we could go live and we can deal with stuff man to man. But I can't even really consider you as a man right now. You go come out here with that silly junk. Bro, come on, man. You go come out here talking about some, you care about money when I give you money. Bruh. Don't make me, bro. Hey, y'all, this is the kind of, oh, and I'm gonna tell y'all, let me explain to y'all real quick why I kicked this dude off my page. First of all, I gave him a pass when I saw he had a website with my stuff on there. Oh, whoa, I donated $100 to Justin Vega a month ago. Ain't just bought a mother. Now, Joseph, what spiel did he give you to get a donation from him? How did that happen? Because he claims to be poor but the dude just don't work. And he's talking about, oh, I got to take care of my baby at home. What the freak? Get a freaking babysitter. Yo, if your girl is at home or whatever, get a babysitter and go freaking work. But work, get to. Find a way to produce, make wealth, get business done, buy diapers. What the freak, dude? Like, what are you talking about? That's right. I mean, if you got a mind and you can type on YouTube, you can work. And see, I gave him a free business even years ago that I was charging people $500 for medical commodities. He didn't get the freaking medical commodity business done. Then I offered him another opportunity to do it again. He said, oh, my phone won't let me in. I can't see it. So then I offered to let his girlfriend, his fiance, in the group for free. She was in the group. Then he said she won't let him use the phone. I'm like, dude, are you with this girl? Or are you not with this girl? You talking like she's an evil, shady woman or something. She won't help you. And then at the same time, you freaking saying you living with her and you got to take care of her. And then you need to go out and work, but then you want to be stay-at-home daddy. Like, which one is it going to be? He didn't give me a spew. I believe he needed help financially because of his baby. See, so how did you know about his baby? Because that's the thing. Like, he's out here giving information to people about what's going on in his life, like he's poor and struggling. The truth is he just won't try. He will not work. I can show y'all, and I'm not going to do it, but I can show y'all where I'm like, hey, did you put your ass out today? Did you do this? Right? There was different deals that he could have done. Then he said, oh, David, well, you're taking too long to get me the information for the deal. I'm like, I offered you to get in the group for free. You could have went and got you another cell phone and got in the group for free, right? If one account won't work, use a different account. Pay for another cell phone. Well, how am I supposed to pay for another cell phone? Bro, I sent you money. Other people sent you money. Why couldn't you use some of that money to get a cell phone when you knew you needed one to get another account? See, he can easily get another account to try to break into my group or to give away some free stuff, but he can't get a cell phone to take care of his freaking life and his kid. So I'm like, get another cell phone. He's like, well, it'd be easier rather than just saying, get another cell phone for you, David, to give me the money to do it. Bruh, how many times am I going to have to try to make everything work for you when you're not trying? I just sent you money. You could have used it then. Well, I had to pay for this. I had to put gas in the car for my girl and all this. Okay, that's fine. But why couldn't you just get a $30 or $40 cheap cell phone off of Facebook Marketplace, put a $15 freaking card in there? Now it has spent $50, have you another Facebook and freaking get your freaking stuff going. Why not? Right? You gonna have bills for freaking ever. So you can't stop and spend $50 to get yourself ahead of the game. You know, if you get $50 and get a phone that you can get on YouTube, Facebook, and be in the group, have all the access to all the knowledge, you ain't got to ask me a dang question. It'd be right there, but you don't do it. But then you'll spend time trying to attack me because I don't give you extra money. And then other people, you're in my group asking for donations for people, putting up your own website for a while. And I ain't say nothing to you. You're teaching nobody nothing, but you want to use my group as a platform to make money for yourself while you say, I love money, but I give away more money than anybody you know. Really? Like we're giving cars to people, paying people stuff, helping people. And then you want to come attack me on my own stuff and say, you just love money, David. You're the best teacher I've ever seen, but you love money. Really, if I love money, why don't I have a Lambo? Why don't I have a freaking mansion on a hilltop? Why don't I wear suits? Why am I wearing a freaking oily Dickie shirt right now? Why? Because I don't give a freak about making sure myself has everything because I take care of other people. But how freaking entitled are you to freaking get money from me and my people in my group, and you're going around trying to make people think you're some traveling freaking minister when you ain't baptized a whole bunch of people? So what the freak are you doing? If you were really spending your time doing that, something would happen. But I had to remove you from the group because you're spending more time on my group talking about the law and all this stuff than you spend trying to make money for your daughter. That's really, I saw you had no focus. So I took you off my groups. That's really what it was. So I'm just letting you know, bro, I don't owe you nothing. Right? And I asked you the other day, have you ever gave me anything by which I might owe you? No. Have you ever Have you ever even given a single gift to me? A birthday gift? Anything? Not even, you didn't even send me an AutoZone $5 gift card so I could buy a nut or a boat? Nothing. Nothing. But people got a lot of stuff to talk. Let's see. T-Mobile has a $50 pay-as-you-go plan. I got a 3-year-old phone that costs $300. Get creative. That's right, Lindsay. See, that's the thing. Like, for people who really want to freaking bring that fire, they're going to work hard and they're going to try. And that's one thing I can't deal with. I can't deal with people who make excuses about being poor, excuses about being homeless one time in their life, or about being from a foster home. Look, I grew up and I seen people killing people, close to me, people getting shot in drive-bys, right? I ain't got time to be freaking making excuses about what happened to me as a kid. Grow the freak up, be a freaking man, right? That's how it freaking works, right? So the thing is, if anybody ever got a membership with me, I give way more in value than anybody has ever given me, ever, in a membership. And y'all can be my witnesses. You got a lot of law teaching around the world. Some of my best brothers, some of my coolest people, they like, Dave, you give away your stuff too cheap, bro. Like, you're playing yourself. But the thing is, I was always taught, give more value than what anybody could ever pay you. So I do webinars, and where somebody might do 1 or 2 hour show, I do 3 to 5 hours, right? I freaking go crazy. I'm studying at 2, 3 in the morning, freaking coming with new content every single week, making sure I ain't leaving y'all hanging. Y'all know dang well I could be going over certain things over and over and over again to help y'all learn, and y'all would pay for the memberships. I don't do that. I teach y'all in foundational principles, then I break it down, make it bigger, better, stronger, bigger, better, stronger. You guys are at a level now that y'all understand law so well. Y'all, I can't even finish the line sometimes. And y'all like, oh no, you got this, breaking it down. Oh, what about this? What about that? So the thing is, I make sure that I drop knowledge and fire that's like crazy, right? Hold on, let's see. But time's out. So I can't, actually, I didn't time y'all. Don't even time them out now, y'all. I don't give a freak about you responding. Justin, I got one question for you. Have you ever gave me anything? Don't come and say, I gave you love and prayers in the love of our Lord Jesus. Come on, bro. Don't play like that, right? You're a grown man. You're a grown freaking man with every excuse in the freaking world. And it's funny though. You want to come talk junk on my platform, then you get mad when you can't respond like you deserve to be on my platform. Who the freak owes you something that you even need to be here? For real. I didn't see. Melly Mel said, look, he didn't time you out or delete the post. She deleted the post. So there you go. I didn't do it. So in other words, you're a freaking clown. You want to come on my platform to talk some silly junk, and you weak as heck. Seriously. Ask the PMA. Who the freak is the PMA? Dumb junk. You never gave me anything. If you ever paid for something, it's only because you wanted something and you probably got a discount. Oh no, you got affidavit class. How much you pay for that? How much you pay for it? Don't say you gave me anything if you got something from me that was of value. So when did you ever give me anything for free? Don't say ask a PMA, because the PMA don't give me nothing. When did you ever give me something? I give the gospel. I told you. See, y'all, I give the gospel. I already know the gospel, bro. I'm in the church. I don't need the gospel from you. So let's stop playing. When did you ever give me anything, Justin? When did you ever give me anything? Let me ask you this. Have you gotten money from me, Justin? Justin, did you get money from me last week? Let you on live? No, this ain't your platform. You don't make determinations for me. You don't come live on my platform. You can answer the freaking questions, or you can get the freak out of here. Scary. Come see me in Arizona and I'll show you how scary I am. Any day. You can meet me at any Muay Thai gym. You could put some gear on and we'll see how scary I am. I guarantee you, Justin, you'll get your feelings hurt like a boy. So did you get money from me, sir? Yes or no? Don't make me show the Cash App. Did you get, of course I won't let you on my live. You don't have access to my platform I built. You're so entitled. You feel like everything should be given to you. I'm giving you a chance to talk in the comments like regular people. You offer nothing to me. You put nothing in here. So why don't you go ahead and show me, Justin, if you ever gave me anything? If you got common law, affidavit class, you got it because you paid $100 in the beginning, not 200. So go ahead and tell me, Justin, did you give me anything? Oh yeah, yes, you have blessed me with money. How much? At times, how much? You ever gave me any money, Justin? Have you ever gave me a penny? Please, Justin? Have you ever gave me a penny? Come on, Justin. You said you were going to give my webinars out for free. So they were on your page. So you could be giving them out for money already. Or for your free gifts, whatever. Apparently you got them, but I locked them down. So I know you feel real silly now that they're all locked down and nobody can get access to them, including you. Your links don't work no more, do they? So go ahead, Justin. Hey, Rosemary, this is how you have to deal with boys who think they're going to clown you openly. You got to freaking give them their what's name. Chris McKeon, I never heard about you before, so don't tell me when to stop. I don't play well when people tell me how to live my life when I got clowns trying to talk junk. Bro, don't talk about fellow members of Church of Christ because you don't act like a member of the Church of Christ. You do whatever you want to do when you want to do it, and then you want to claim church. Stop playing. You freaking got access to my stuff and you talking about giving away for free. That's not what members of the church do. Don't give me that bull. You tried to make threats about what you'll do, talking about like you want to fight. I would love to fight. If you want to get in the ring, I'm telling you, I would love to do it, bro. And we'll find out how soft I freaking really am. You can come to Arizona. I'll pay your way. And you can get in a Muay Thai ring. You can bring your gloves and your little helmet. And we'll see if you're going to freaking do what you say you're going to do. Right? I'm not one of those little girls that a dude can beat up on. I guarantee you, bro. I'll love to have this opportunity to get in the ring with you. We could do a charity event. I'll give money away to people. Since I love money, right? To have the opportunity to get in the ring in front of you and see how tough you really are. That's what I would love to do. Right? I'm really good, bro. Like, I'm not the best fighter in the world, but I got some cool elbows, right? They got some war damage on there. And I got some cool knuckles or whatever. These are Muay Thai knuckles. You can see them. So whenever you're ready, bro, let me know, because I would love to get in the ring with you and see how good you're going to do against me. Whenever you're ready, since you're so gangster, right? I'm not a gangster, bro. I'm a nerd. Listen to how I talk. But I dare you to come to Arizona and get in a Muay Thai ring. I will set it up, bro. We can have a live event. We can have pay-per-view. I guarantee you I'm worse than Logan. Oh my gosh, bro. So you got all that gangster in you, bro. Just go ahead and let's set this up or whatever. Let's see what the freak is up, right? We're not going to play the game where we act like we're best friends. You're not my friend. You don't talk this brother junk because you're not really my brother. You've been talking about what you're going to do. And now do what the freak you're going to do and stand on your freaking word. You're offered people to get on live and rarely get responses. So now you're going to judge my lies, but you don't have a website. You don't have a freaking platform, but you're going to judge mine. I offered a private. Oh, you offered a private sparring session? I don't want a private. I want it live. You're not my brother, dude. Get the freak out of here with that garbage. I don't trust you. I don't like you. It ain't gonna be no in the private. I want it wide open so people can see what happened when you threaten real people. See, I'm not one of these soft clowns, bro. These freaking maxi men, these freaking these people who are freaking metrosexuals. I'm not one of them. When you start making threats against me, then you can freaking bring whatever level of threat you want to bring, and I'm gonna show you that you ain't really what you think you are. And I'm telling you, bro, I'm not one of these people who gonna have a fight with you like a girl. You did threaten me yesterday, and I'm letting you know I take threats very seriously. So I want all the smoke you got whenever you're ready. All right, so let's stop playing. And I'm telling you, you can get in the ring with me, bro, and I promise you, you're gonna realize you made a big mistake. All right, so set that junk up and let's freaking do what we gonna do, and we'll do it publicly, not freaking hidden, because I want the next person to know what's gonna happen when somebody who calls themselves my brother freaking comes at me. What's gonna happen to the next person? So you go ahead and you set it up, bro, and keep talking this gangster junk and watch what I do. All right. And I'm going to end it at that. So unless you going to talk about when you're ready to come see me and we can freaking get this junk going, don't say nothing else to me. I have nothing else to talk to you about. And I'm excited for the opportunity to get you in the ring and see how gangster you really are. For real. For real. You ain't my brother, dude. You're not my brother. You're public display of arrogance. You came on here talking junk. Take your gay junk on somewhere else, or you come freaking to Arizona and get this full-fledged smoke that I'm gonna get to you. That's all I'm gonna say. You make your threats. I don't play with threats. I don't play with boys. I don't play with silly junk. I've given you stuff. I've never disrespected you. But if you want to come with that soft junk, let's go. You're not coming on my live. When you're on my live, it's gonna be when me and you are in the middle of a Muay Thai ring. That's when it's gonna be. Other than that, I owe you nothing. Nothing. So unless you got some, send you a message and leave details, you can put it out in the open when you're ready to get this behind whooping, and just let me know. And it's that simple. It ain't that hard. I'm not leaving you a message. I'm not opening up my Telegram to you again. I blocked you already because you're off that clown jump. You can freaking leave everything public and let me know when you want to have the fight. I'll call the Muay Thai gym and set it up. I'll get the freaking address. I'll make sure it's televised live, and you can do what you got to do. Okay, Chris, well, I don't know who you are. So when people come in the middle of a time I'm dealing with something and say stuff, and they never said anything to me, I'm sorry, bro. It's not a good time to get in the middle of a situation when I'm, ready to whatever. Okay, so now you talking about Josh Barnett and how you look at him in his underwear on his pages. He's a bodybuilder. What the freak are you talking about? You always in everybody's business. Why don't you go work in your own life? You don't work on your own life, but you sit up here talking about Josh's pages. I'm not Josh. This is Dave Jose asking you to come get your anus handed to you. And you all on Josh's stuff? What the freak is this? Bro, do you have any life of your own? Like, you're worse than a high school girl with the drama. You on my page talking about Josh Barnett and his underwear? The freak is this, dude? Why don't you go on Victoria's Secret or freaking some of these men's models freaking pages and freaking say something about them in their underwear? Why the freak would you say that on my page? Who gives a freak what you talking about, dude? That's why you don't have a platform. Because you can't focus on anything you're supposed to do. You're in everybody else's life. That's what's really, I'm scary, but I'm offering you to come see me. I want you to see me physically, right? I want you to come see me physically so you can see if I'm scary. Look, I'm not shaking at all, bro. I'm not even a little bit nervous when I talk to you like this. I'm telling you, I think you're soft as heck. I think you're weak. I think you're gay. I think you're like a little boy. I think that you don't even know how to take care of your life. I think that you're not freaking trying to be a man. I think you're soft, right? I think you're like beta as they come. And I'm telling you, I want you to come see me and make your threats in my face. That's all I'm saying, right? I'm not saying anything that shows I'm scary. I want you to come tell me how weak I am so I can see you. And then we'll deal with it. That's simple. So when you're ready, let me know. Otherwise, stop posting on my junk because I'm going to block you and you're going to have to go get another account and another account and another account. So rather than wasting all your account access and having to go buy another phone and come talk junk on my page, just freaking stop talking or I'm just going to block you. Now I'm telling you, I'm going to block you. And you can tell somebody else or make another account for when you're ready to come get that behind handled. So you just let me know. Anyway, guys, so as I was saying, I was just trying to show you about Bonds. He wanted to watch the video all the way through and talk some silly junk at the end. Oh, no, you did talk about violence. Don't make me go on my phone to show everybody. You talked about violence and you talked about how I'm hiding from somebody and how you in these streets for real, probably because you're homeless. But dude, you ain't in these streets as no gangster. Get the freak out of here. You gonna mess with people who are weak, who can't fight back, or some chick. You're not going to freaking mess with me. That's just the truth. But anyway, guys, we are done with Justin. He's clowning. He thought he was going to come on my show and make some type of silly talk or whatever. That junk ain't going to work like that. We're real. And the thing is like, hey, you got to live and you got to fight and you got to do what you got to do. And when people come trying to attack you, you stand up. It's the same thing with the government. I'm going to stand up in the world and I'm going to stand up with bad government actors. I'm not one of those ones who are going to be soft and somebody gonna come act stupid or whatever, or say whatever they want to say, um, you don't let people just rule over your life and just sit down and be quiet. Clemens did that. Clemens came in and he started saying stuff and dogging out people who were good, and nobody stood up against him. Now he's teaching people how to not have audits and destroying y'all audits. It's because people don't want to stand up when people do stuff wrong. You got to deal with it. A lot of y'all don't like controversy. Some of y'all are like, no, they're having an argument. Oh my gosh, I can't listen anymore because they're having an argument. It's like, okay, well, the funny thing is when it comes to law stuff and when there's a battle, you run and they take your nation from you because you don't know that you need to stand up sometimes. So that's kind of been bred out of us in America. People make you think, oh, well, just let people do whatever they do. You don't want to say anything. It's better to be quiet than talk. And then the next thing you know, they're snatching your kids out of school. They're destroying your life. They're freaking shutting down everything. And nobody wants to have controversy to speak up. But hey, he's on my platform. So this is my house. So got to protect my house. All right. But anyway, guys, I wanted to drop some information and knowledge on this whole thing with bonds. Don't get caught up in this stuff, guys, if you don't know what the law says and you don't want to have a situation where you get in trouble because not enough people understand. It's not that going after bonds is wrong. Is that if you go after bonds the wrong way, they might be able to get you. You gotta step up and let it be known when the law is being broken to a lot of people so that everybody can come together and make justice. That's what our forefathers told us how to do. That's what the Bible told us how to do. And, that's the easiest way to be able to stand and get stuff going and make stuff right. And, I don't want you guys doing things that'll get you in trouble. I want you guys to have good knowledge, good understanding. If you notice, there's nobody in the land who can argue with us when it comes to what the law really says. So in a peaceful situation, there's nobody who can beat us. So when you have these peaceful encounters with the government officials, what ends up happening is they end up broken down. They end up in trouble because they can't speak these things they do out loud. And we're forcing the issue. We're making them speak them out loud or making them ignore us. Either one says the same thing. If you ignore us, it says you don't know your position and everybody else is learning it, which means that you're sooner or later going to be in trouble for not doing your job. And then at the same time, if you answer us, it shows that you're lying and you don't know the truth or that you're ignoring it. And then it does the same thing. It lets the people know that you're not going to do your job. You're not going to do the right thing, and they can hold you accountable. So either way, if they talk to us or ignore us, they lose. Now, the only way you win if you talk to us is if you follow the law, because once you see the truth in the law, if you follow it, you're not bound in a way to get yourself in trouble, So we have the ability. Sorry, I was clipping my nails. You're not bound in a way that you're in trouble. You're just going to walk with the people and do what they say. And so just like you see, Arizona legislature has accepted a ton of new bills about elections, and they're getting things moving already. So it's really serious now, because where people were trying to break the law, Arizona is now going through the lawful process the right way to change all the bills to make sure that election integrity is there. So the left is falling apart because they can't function when people don't have these bad laws. So the people are listening to us, guys. Good things have happened. Rantham has come out and he's trying to push to do what he calls decertify. But we're not worried about if they use the word decertify, and we're not worried about if one gentleman tries to stop it or whatever. It doesn't matter, because what we're going to do is we're going to go at them. And the more they try to hide good elections, the more that the people get ignited and realize they're trying to hide good elections, which gets them caught, which makes them lose. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if a guy in one committee says, I'm going to make it die. Okay, watch what the people do, and watch what's going to happen with the law when people realize what you did. It's that easy. It's that easy. So, guys, most people were worried about proving fraud. I wasn't. All I cared about was what happened after. If we tell you to secure this, we tell you to fix it, we warn you that you're trampling our rights if you don't, and then you do the opposite, then it shows what's up. Bond claims were good once you have forensic evidence to back your claim. Also, if you can't speak and stand on your truth, you will get hemmed up quickly. Yeah, you will get hemmed up. And the crazy thing is, if people aren't showing you how to have other people stand with you to make sure nothing bad happens, then you're going to end up being in a lot of trouble. So let's teach people how to stand with you, so the battles and the fights you do, you're not alone. That's how you got to do it. So take the time to teach everybody what's really happening and break it down and bring in the government officials and make them answer. Stop freaking just doing stuff without making people answer for what they're doing before you get them inside of a situation where you do it. That's all I'm saying. So be wise, guys. Have understanding. Don't let people trick you with this bond talk and all this bull crap. Make sure you understand and know everything about bonds before you do anything with the bond. Make sure you talk to the legislature and the government officials and ask them where their bonds are. Y'all should be doing phone calls to people if you're going to do this. I ain't telling my people to do this because it's a waste of time for now. If you're going to tell people to do bonds, the people who teaching should be calling government officials and asking them if they have their bonds, and see if they say, I don't know what a bond is. What the frick are you talking about? What bond? Right? You need to understand what these people understand and know. This is what you need to know when you're trying to fight somebody with a fight like this. And if you don't show people that they don't know, if you don't get the government officials to realize something ain't right here, I'm not being taught something I'm supposed to be taught by the attorneys, then it's never going to work. So, or at least not work in mass. You might get away here or there, but it's not going to work in mass. Now, I hear, and I'm not sure, that it was said that the lady who did the bond at first, that the school is still doing mask mandates. It did not work. So somebody is pushing you to do something that did not do what it said it's going to do. And I hear that they might be upset with her and trying to find some legal recourse against her. I don't know. But guys, I'm telling y'all, learn first, bring things out into the world's attention first. Make the government officials talk about it first before you start doing all this stuff. Anyway, this video is yours, Dave Jose. Love y'all. I hope y'all stay out of trouble. Y'all be cool. And I'm going to say peace. Let me stop my line.